Welcome to the Welcome, of course, here back at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. Of course, Ginger Generals coming up against Saffron Strikers. So we have a very interesting match on hand here. This morning we did see an interesting game with Nutmeg Warriors coming up against Bayleaf Blasters. And Nutmeg Warriors lost, was it by 7 runs, Revel?
8 runs.
8 runs. And they lost only 3 wickets. So one wondered, well, indeed, whether that kind of victory is not the kind of victory that people really prefer to hear. Prefer to hear lost by 8 with 7 wickets down, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Billy Blasters actually lost. 99, they scored 99 for 3. They were really trying to get to 108 for victory. And really just fall short. But as you said, with only 3 wickets down, you'd want to, at the back end, you'd want to really go at it, even though you lose some wickets, having
That's
wickets
correct.
in hand,
So we have beautiful conditions. The music blaring in the background. I'm sure you're hearing that coming through our microphones. And there we got panoramic view. Absolutely gorgeous view there of the National Cricket Stadium, and alongside it, of course, adjacent to it is the Athletic Stadium. Looks an absolutely beautiful picture with the surrounding hills, undulating hills, and of course, this is a ground that is very rich in tradition, and today is absolutely no exception. Look at those hills there, undulating, really beautiful. And quite a number of houses, of course, perch nicely there. It's a total picture with all those beautiful houses nicely nestled among the almost verdant green hills. So that's our lovely camera shot overhead by our drone, and you can't want anything better than that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get ready for the toss. So let's take in the toss right about now.
Welcome to the toss for Eliminator 1 in Season 2 of the Dream 11 Spice T10 tournament. This match features the team finishing 3rd after the group stage, that is Ginger Generals, versus the team finishing 4th, the Saffron Strikers. We have with us here the 2 captains of the matches, home captain Roland Cato and the away captain Ryan John, and our match referee, Mr. Carl Felix. Mr. Felix, is over to you. The call is ahead by Ryan John, and it is ahead. Saffron Strikers have won the toss here in Eliminator number 1. And Ryan, what is the decision of the Saffron Strikers?
We're going to have a bat first.
Coming in there, you'd have backed your batters a number of times to get you across the finish line or set a good score. I guess that would be the intentions today again?
Well, batting first, today we test the bowlers to get us over the line because, definitely after we score the runs, we'd have to come and defend it. But having said that, the wicket looks a little bit dry. Hopefully that we could post a good total and restrict them under the total.
We here now in the business end of the tournament. All prior results means nothing. I'm looking forward to this important matchup.
Of course, that's what everybody plays for. Whatever happened before doesn't count now. It's just about execution today, and hopefully we can do it today.
And can you tell us about the composition of your squad for this important matchup?
I think, to be honest, I can't remember the names, so I'm not sure who is out and who is in, but we have 1 change today.
All right, well, Ryan, we want to wish you and Saffron all the best and hope to see you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, we're now going to have a chat with the captain of Ginger Generals. Ginger Generals looking to ask to bowl for this tournament. Something you would want to do also?
Yeah, if we are on the toss, we'd have also like to bowl first. So nevertheless, we bowling first, so that's good for us.
Your bowling, especially with your cadre of spin bowlers, have done well for you in the tournament. Looking forward to another good performance from the bowlers?
Yeah, I think that the guys have done very, very well for us so far in the tournament. They've hit the right areas, stick to the plan. So this is just another game for us. So I just hope that we can come out here and repeat what we have been doing well.
And you'll be batting second on this track. What total you think you'd want to chase later on a slow dying wicket?
I'm looking to chase anything below 90. I think will be gettable for us. If ever they had to get more than that, then we just had to go and get it.
Yesterday you'd have played against the same opponents, a match which really didn't have much significance in it. What can you tell us about your team composition for today?
We made two changes. Mason and Adrian is out. McDonald Charles is back in. So yesterday game, well, it's already gone, and as yesterday game, it didn't make no difference with the point standing or anything. So it's about coming back today and repeating what we did well yesterday, and what we didn't well is about improving and just hope we can have a full complete game.
All right, well, Roland, we want to wish you and the Ginger Generals all the best, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, then. So that was the captains, and to recap the toss, the Saffron Strikers, they've won the toss and they've decided to bat.
It really didn't matter.
Yeah, but this is the important game today. You into that qualifying stage, and despite the winning quite convincingly yesterday, I think today is a big one, and obviously it's a different day. Yes, it's the same team, probably a different pitch, but the importance of this game, I think he would want to really try to do everything right to come out on top in this game.
Yes, no question about that. So the two captains basically announcing what they would like to do, and the Ginger Generals, just the one change. Saffron Strikers, couple of changes, and of course, so once we get the official lineup, then we'll be able to give you what both Saffron Strikers and Ginger Generals look like. But this should be a very interesting encounter. Let's look and see what we've got here with the Ginger General. Well, Roland Cato, the captain that you've just had there, Reynold Charles and Samuel Charles, of course, the wicketkeeper. A couple of Charleses in that match. In fact, three of them: Denroy Charles, Larry Edward, Joan Jeremiah, Johan Jeremiah, Daniel MacDonald, Kamari Milius, Kimo Peters, Nicholas Redhead, and Javelson Paul.
Well, we are looking at three players on that Ginger General side that we would want to look at if they're going to do well. Roland Cato, the captain. We have Johan Jeremiah, who have been really doing a fine job in the tournament so far, and Kimani Peters. I think these are three big names that will really want to perform in this game if they're going to do well.
Yes. What about if Nicholas Redhead decides this is my day today? That'll be a good opportunity for him to shine.
Well, I'm saying that based on the fact that run scoring seemed to be more of a difficulty than the bowling. But I think the high score we have got up to so far in the tournament is 130 on, I think 135, can just around that. So if our batsman is going to bat well, it would make it so difficult for the opposing team. So I think these three players to me are key players for the team.
All right, we're going to try to give you the Bayleaf Blasters shortly. If we'll hope to have that for you in a short while, the lineup for the Bayleaf Blasters. So this is the Ginger Generals and the
Saffron.
I say Bayleaf Blasters. I beg your pardon. That's Saffron Strikers that will be coming up. So Ryan John is the captain. Javon Andrew, Kim Charles, Hiron Campbell, Dylan Douglas, Nicobe John, Mikel Joseph, Lyndon Lawrence, the wicketkeeper. He's behind the stumps this time. Levon Lewis, Darius Martin, and Josh Thomas. That's the lineup. Interesting lineup there. Coming up against the Ginger Generals. So this is going to be an important match for both teams, and of course, the question of the suggested total. Well, if they get up to 90, we'll try to see if we can chase that down. But I think any team getting over the 100 mark, Refill, might be a challenging proposition for the opponent.
Yeah, well, that has been shown in previous game. I'm still thinking 120 is 130 is really a good score that probably the opposing team will have difficulty in reaching. But again, it's so difficult to call because we would have felt 107 in the game today. Was a gettable score, and yet we saw Bayleaf Blasters fall in 8 runs short. So it's so difficult to tell. 100, 110. could be very competitive. And I do believe the team that sticks to their plan today and being able to make sure that they stay as consistent as possible to the plan is probably going to be the team that will come out on top.
You did mention to me off air that quite recognizable that Nutmeg Warriors seem to have played with a particular plan.
Yeah, they seem to be focused. They went out with a plan, and you could see that even when they started to bat, there was an aim, there was an intention to get off to a good start, and not to take too many rush shots. Probably try to play a lot more orthodox, and so we see that happen. And give credit to Bailey Blasters because they bowl well, so they wasn't able to get off to the kind of start that they wanted to. But you could see that the plan was there, the intent was there. They was trying to do something right, and at the back end being able to get up to 107, and they completed a task by bowling well against the Bailey Blasters, in that the batsman never got off. None of the batsmen really got off, and you could see they really those behind the ball from ball one, and as such, I think it was a tremendous victory. I mean, they did a fine job in terms of being able to limit Bailey Blasters to 99.
Yes, we also noticed that there are a few spectators who have come out to witness this particular encounter, and that's good. It's a long Easter weekend, and Rafael, it's an opportunity for other spectators to come down and view the last few matches, so to speak, of what turned out to be a very good tournament indeed.
Yeah, there was some tremendous promotion in terms of encouraging persons to come out, and this Easter weekend, you can come out and relax and in comfort and have a look at the games. We still have 2 games to play tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday, and then you have the 2 big games on Monday. So there's quite a bit is there. So personally, I encourage you to come out and just have some fun and fellowship and socialize as we go into the Easter weekend.
Umpires are going out in the middle, and the Ginger Generals, they're there just beyond the boundary, and they're in their usual huddle. All the teams these days go into their huddle before they go out onto the field of play. You didn't have the huddle in your days, Rafael, did you?
No, what we did, I think we did all the work that we wanted to do in the dressing room. So we're going to pray, we're going to talk, and everything like that. That will be done in the dressing room. But from the time the umpires hit the field, we came rushing out from the pavilion right onto the field, but not to come onto the field and then huddle and then go out.
Yes. Well, that's what practically all teams do these days. Get onto the field, get into the huddle, make their last preparatory notes, and I guess wish one another success, and then they go out onto the field of play. So the Ginger Generals are out. The news is that the Ginger Generals, Saffron Strikers rather, they have won the toss and decided to bat, and the Ginger Generals are out there in the middle. The umpires are there. The conditions look more than favorable. They look very good indeed, and the Roland Cato and Samuki Charles, they're the 2 that will be opening this encounter. Your thoughts, Rafael, as to what this approach should be on the part of the openers?
Yeah, we did speak about the Ginger General, just a bit about the Saffron Strikers, and they would want to be pretty cautious with the start. I think, they would want to get up to maybe 120. I think they should look to just not to take too many chances, even though you want to maximize the first 4 overs. But what would be necessary is a batsman actually getting closer to the ball instead of pulling away the ball. We have seen that happening time and time again. So if you're going to get direction, if you're going to get power, you need to get closer to the ball. I think they just would need to be conscious of that, not just a big hitting and pulling away and swinging. You're not going to get the result you're looking for, but just to get a little closer to the ball and then play ball on its merit.
So this is going to be the first delivery, of the match, and Lawrence will be taking strike. There's a third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, mid off, long on right back, and the mid wicket also right back on the boundary, backward square, and a fine leg. That's the field. Of course, the two fielders that are out down there at long on, and one down there at deep mid wicket. All the others, of course, inside the field restricting area, as I think the umpires are waiting for that exact 2:30 time to start. They've done that every day, making sure that they're starting right at the top of the hour. So it's verging at around 2 o'clock now, 2:30, beg your pardon, and just waiting for that first delivery that would say play. Interesting that.
Interestingly, Saffron Strikers has won the toss and has opted to bat. We've seen so many teams winning the toss and batting second. So it probably is a decision of some confidence, an opportunity for the batsman to bat under less pressure, probably, and just put a good score on the board.
Yes, so I think we're going to have a fascinating encounter here, a matchup between these two teams. This is what you would call crunch time. Really, crunch time. Okay, so it's going to be this is the first ball, and here is a delivery that is turned down to fine leg. It's looking to turn that maybe a little squarer, and the ball going down to fine leg. So that's the first delivery. Then Roy Charles from the far end, as Lawrence once more taps away at the crease. Here he is, Charles. So they're starting with spin. There's going to be a lot of chirping out there, no doubt about that. For those 10 overs, you'll hear quite a lot of talking. As here is Lawrence tapping away at the crease. Charles is in and bowls, and he's looking to pull that.
Lovely
Does in
shot.
fact do that now, and that's going to go all the way. Yes, gone all the way for 6. Short delivery, and Lawrence was off the back foot in a flash and lifted it over forward square leg, and that went soaring over the boundary line. That's the second delivery of the over, and it went just in front of the scoreboard thereabout, and that went for 6. So Saffron Strikers, they're 6 without loss, just 2 deliveries in the over.
Well, and that's a superb shot. Again, the off spinner. Just slanting down the leg side, and Lawrence really picked it up over backward square and dropping one bounce and actually going over the bleacher, and probably ended up somewhere in the back. His ball is now being found, the fielder had to go way at the back of the bleacher to collect that delivery. But certainly it was a really good and confident shot, as Charles, they just a little bit on the short side.
Yeah.
And Lawrence really give it full treatment.
Yeah, big whack. And don't forget, he's a strong man. Look at his shoulders. They're massive. When he hits them, they stay hit. So Charles, once more from the far end, will move into bowl to Lawrence. Lawrence is wrapped on the pad. There's an appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. Looking to turn that ball through mid-wicket. The ball wrapped him on the pad, then just squirted out on the offside to behind square, and the bowler really went up in thunderous appeal, but the umpire said not out.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire. Ball would have beat leg stump.
Charles bowls, clipped down to backward square. That's going to go into the boundary. That's 4 runs. Bad delivery, slanting onto the leg stump, and he came forward. That's Lawrence, and whipped it behind square into the boundary for 4. The total has gone to 10, and Lawrence has gone on to 10 very quickly, so he's really busy-bodied here this afternoon.
Bad line bowled by Charles, and he just clipped it between the backward square and the short fine leg.
Then Roy Charles bowls, and good sensible cricket there by Lawrence. Just pushes it out to mid-wicket, and Nicholas Reddit comes around from square leg, picks the ball up. The batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Saffron Strikers, gone now to 11. Here on Campbell comes in to strike, as Charles is in and bowls to Campbell. Campbell is clipping that down to fine leg and gets a single. So he's off the mark. Badly lined delivery. I think he's very lucky to get away with that. It was slanted down the leg side and Campbell just came inside and turned it down to fine leg. Jeremiah, I think, running across there and collecting the ball. So the over comes to an end, a rather expensive one for the first over. Saffron Strikers, they're 12 without loss after one over.
Yeah, good start by Saffron Strikers. That final delivery by Charles, Campbell will be a little disappointed not to do more with it. It was full, just on his legs, and he just tickled it wrong. That is a delivery that could have easily just played through that backward square position and yet another boundary. But a good start by Saffron Strikers.
Yeah, Kimo Peters, very important player for Ginger Generals, moves in and bowls to Campbell. Campbell is off the back foot, opens the face of the bat, and that pushes the ball out to cover. Ball traveling much too quickly. And there is a good cordon there, heavy offside field in the third man backward point. Cover, extra cover. Extra cover is not right back on the circle as he's in once more. Peters off the back foot and hits the ball up to mid-off, gets a comfortable single. So he is now gone on to 2, Campbell. Total has moved on to now 13. 13 without loss brings Lawrence into strike. Lawrence, who had a 6 and a 4 in the over, so in the previous over.
Yeah, confident start by Lawrence. Really, he's striking the ball from the middle of the bat.
Peters to Lawrence. Lawrence is looking to heave that over mid-wicket. Is wrapped in the pad. The ball going down the leg side. Little stifled appeal by someone, not with any great sense of optimism though. Total remains on 13 without loss. Peters in once more and bowls to Lawrence. Lawrence is hitting that in the air. It's going to be safe, falling behind the bowler. They will come back for the second as Cato sends the return to the keeper's end and they get 2. So 2 more to the total. And so Lawrence has gone to 13. The intent was good. I mean, that was Jeremiah, of course, sorry, they're coming across to his left. He was hitting the ball straight. That's the important thing. 15 without loss. Peters is in, bowls to Lawrence. Lawrence is turning that up on the onside, just to the left of the square leg umpire. And Redhead comes across very quickly. Covered the ground very well for a tall, big man. The batsman had time to cross for 1. 1 more to Lawrence, who's now gone to 14. Saffron Strikers in over number 2, 16 without loss, bowled by Peters. He's in now to bowl to Campbell. And Campbell is looking to hit that over through the offside. Doesn't make contact. And what happened there, Phil?
Yeah, it was looking to drive and actually missed and collected by the keeper there.
Okay. I thought there was some harm, some injury done there. I mean, just the manner in which Campbell walked back as though he was, going back into the pavilion. But no harm done. They were just quickly changing over for the next over. 2 overs gone, 16 without loss. Not a bad start.
Yeah, pretty good start. Good over by Peters, who seemed to be a surprise package, having been called into bowl the second over of the inning.
Charles to Lawrence. Lawrence hits that in the air. Somebody's going under it. The catch is going to be taken. Yes, gone. Well, Ginger Generals, they've just struck. Lawrence looking to go over the top. Hit it down to the mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket boundary. The catch is taken. And so Lawrence goes, cut down there on the deep mid-wicket boundary by Laurie Edward. He is gone for 14. And Saffron Strikers, they've lost the first wicket, the very prized wicket of Lyndon Lawrence.
Yeah, good blow struck there by Denoy Charles in his second over. His first over going for 12. Again, and you could see him that targeting the leg stump, just around the leg stump. We saw Lawrence hitting a little bit square before, and this one he looked to hit more of a straightish mid-wicket, and really not getting hold of it. Went high in the air, and Edwards come off the boundary, get into a really good position, and make that catch look so easy. So the wicket of Lawrence go in. Really a good blow struck by Ginger General.
Yeah, he never looked like dropping the catch at all. Lawrence got right under it. Sorry, that's Edward. and took relatively simple catch. The batsman did cross in the process, so Campbell will be taking strike. Charles is in, bowls to Campbell. Campbell is looking to sweep. Sweeps that in the air, down to backward square. That's a fine shot. In fact, it's gone all the way for 6. That was a lovely shot. The timing of that shot was superb. That's what I loved about it. Didn't look to bulldoze it, so to speak, but he just helped it very nice and made sure he got to the middle of the bat, not the top edge. And it went down to the boundary, down to backward square, all the way for 6. That was a fine shot. He's gone to 8. He's 22 for 1.
Yeah, good shot by Campbell. Again, Charles strain on the legs. The off spinner pitching leg stump and going further. And he got into really good position and hit it over backward square. And it went down for another boundary. So Campbell, 8 from 5. A shot that should give him quite a lot of confidence. It's Charles in his second over, already 18 runs taken off, and still 4 deliveries to go.
Yeah, in contrast, of course, to Peters, who's bowled just a 1 over for 4 runs. Here is Charles in now, and bowls to Campbell. Campbell is hitting that through the backward square area. That's 4 more. This time it wasn't airborne, it was along the ground, and that was a fine shot, really. He just paddled it around very nicely. And there is, in fact, a fine leg and a man there at the square leg umpire. And it went between both of them down to the backward square area. 4 runs to him. That was a lovely shot. He's now gone on to 12. It's 26 for 1.
Yeah, good shot. Again, playing with it tidy and hitting this one. Actually, I think it went over backward square. The fielder at backward square just to the right of the umpire. So really was a safe shot. It went down to the boundary for another 4.
Here once more is Charles. In now and bowls. And Campbell is coming forward. Hits that through mid-wicket. There runs here. It might go over the boundary line. No. Diving stop down there. Pulls it back just inside. I thought they should have come back for another run. But in the end, decided against it. That was a lovely drive through mid-wicket. And it was threatening the boundary. Fielder coming off, running about 40 yards across to his right, just managed to cut it off, tumbled over in the process. So Campbell has gone to 14, 28 for 1.
Yeah, good shot by Campbell again. Over pitch on his legs, and he whipped it through mid-wicket. The fielder at long on really had to do some work to stop it from crossing the ropes.
Is this going to be Campbell's day, Raphael?
Well, let's hope. He has struck 3 beautiful shots in this over. 1 over backward square for 6, and then a 4. And that was a beautiful on drive.
Charles is in, bowls to Campbell. Campbell is driving neatly up to long on. Will get a comfortable single. Takes his tally now on to 15. And Saffron strikers, they've pushed on now to 29 for 1. Brings Ryan John into strike.
Yeah.
Ryan John batting at number 3 today.
Yes, certainly. I imagine as a captain, he want to lead from in front. 29 for 1 in second over. He would want to really continue to pile the pressure and give some guidance to the other batsmen.
Here is Charles, bowls to John. John comes forward, beaten outside the off stump, taken behind the stumps. That completes the over. So at the end of the over, 3 overs gone, 29 for 1. Ryan John has just faced 1 delivery. Campbell is batting well on 15. And of course, Lawrence was there, cut down at the deep mid-wicket boundary by Edwards of Charles, beg your pardon, and he went for 14, 29 for 1, and 3 overs gone. So the run rate is 9.67, not bad. From here, they will certainly want to up it, as it will be now Peters once more. I think this is a good move. Continue with him. He had a good first over, in and bowls. And he is looking to drive that Campbell, not to the pitch of the ball, and going behind the stumps. Keeper didn't quite handle that cleanly. Just favors the thumb, maybe. Just knocked on the thumb. Peters is in once more and bowls to Campbell. Campbell gets a short delivery, gets inside the line and pulls that, tugs that down to the deep backward square boundary. That's gone all the way for 4. And that's one of the features of many of these batsmen. When the ball is short, they're always able to get onto the back foot and pull it sometimes as early as in front of square. This one went behind square, fine shot. He is gone by 4 to 19, is 33 for 1.
Yeah, short delivery by Peters and Campbell really quickly getting into position, hit it down to square leg position.
Peters bowls and Campbell comes forward nicely. Bowl delivery. Nice trajectory. A little flat, but not flat enough to get onto the back foot. He was lunging forward, Campbell, and pushed it out on the onside. Here is Peters once more. Bowls to Campbell is off the back foot and cuts well. Fine shot. Pierces the offside field. That's going to go all the way to the boundary. 4 runs. Oh, that was a lovely shot. Played deep into the crease. It was short, and this time he was just getting right on top of the bungs. And he squeezed it through with surgical precision between the cover and extra cover. And it went down to the boundary for 4. Nice timing, sweet timing. He's gone to 23-37 for 1.
Yeah, good shot by Campbell again on top of this one and really placed it just to the right of the cover fielder. And it really raced down to the boundary.
Campbell bowls. Sorry, that's Peters bowls. Campbell comes forward rather stylishly, pushes the ball out on the onside. The bowler walks in and picks the ball up and goes back. So none for 12, Peters. This is the final delivery of this over. In now, there, and bowls to Campbell. Campbell is coming forward. Wrapped in the path. There is an appeal for leg before. Given out. Gone. Oh my golly. There was Peters screaming to the umpire. He was jumping like a schoolboy. How is that, umpire? How is that? I think he screamed at the umpire about 3 times. And then the umpire said, you know what? I think that's all. Oh, that looks very adjacent. So Campbell goes leg before to Peters of his last delivery of his spell. He has gone for 23, 37 for 2. And after 4 overs, the power play, 37 runs coming off the power play, which is not too bad, but they've lost a couple of wickets.
Yeah, well, I think probably the umpire was waiting until until Peters finishes his appeal, but certainly it was a good delivery. I think the right decision was made. I see Campbell coming forward. He seemingly hit in front. And the umpire, Butler, making the right decision. But just going back to the bowling of Peters, it seemed to be a surprise package. He's not one of the frontline bowlers. I mean, he plays for St. David's and really not one of the frontline bowlers. But in this tournament, I think he has bowled well through this tournament, picking up very important wickets. And we see here pick up 2 valuable wickets after 4 overs, 37 for 2. I think really it's a good start.
Yeah, well, Dylan Douglas has just come out. DD. And here is a new over by Ronald Charles. He's into bowl to the captain outside the off stump, looking to drive. Foot nowhere close to that. Charles just luring him forward. And Ranjan had a big heave-ho at that one. Didn't make contact. Lot depends on him. Here once more is Ronald Charles in to bowl to Ranjan, who is getting off the back foot and cuts the ball down to the sweeper position. They've gone for 1. Won't come back for the second. That's all there be. So he's finally of the mark is Ranjan. He's gone to 1. The total has gone to 38 for 2. Whenever I see Ranjan plays, whether he's bowling or batting or fielding, he reminds me of Andre Russell. It'll be interesting to see whether Andre Russell is one of those players that he admires, but he's got a lot of mannerism like Andre Russell. Andre maybe a little bit sturdier built. So Douglas comes into strike, 38 for 2. As here is going to be once more Charles. Will move in to bowl to Douglas, who is yet to score in bright sunshine from the far end, and bowls. Douglas is coming forward and driving the ball up to backward point, gets a single. The return comes in, just brings the keeper forward. 1 bounce. He would certainly need to bring that up. So 1 more to the total. Douglas has gone off the mark. Both batsmen are on 1 as John taps away at the crease. As here is Charles in bowls, and John is off the back foot, pulls that over. Oh, it was almost taken down that mid wicket. He may have parried it back onto the field, and they come back for the second run. Well, the umpire has just signaled that it went for 6. Maybe the fielder himself might have been honest enough to say, "Hey, I didn't." Well, everybody knew that he didn't catch it, but there it is, caught it, and oh, it went inside, didn't it, Raphael?
Yeah, certainly. I think probably just a little misjudged. It actually dropped inside the boundary, and
So it should have been called 4 if it went over.
well, again, you had to look at where the fielder were when he actually pushed it back. So it's pretty tight one.
Interesting that.
Signal now being changed,
Right.
which is
So
which
yes,
is the right one, and
that's
actually
correct.
just 2 runs.
Just 2 runs.
Yeah,
Well, I
right,
can,
right decision.
yes, and I can tell you we're gonna come after this delivery, Charles Bowles, and that's a full toss that is slapped down to. I think he'll be disappointed with that. Slapped down to the extra cover position. John gets a single,
But
and the total has gone to 43 for 2.
it was a brilliant effort by the fielder on the mid-wicket boundary, because really it seemed sailing over his head for 6.
Yes. So here is once more Renald Charles in and bowls, and he is looking to hit that maybe over long on. You could see the cross battedness into the shot. Lost his shape, didn't make contact there, Dylan Douglas. The over comes to an end. 5 overs gone, 44 for 2. Saffron Strikers winning the toss and batting.
Good over by Reynolds Charles. First over, just conceded 7 runs, and really could have picked up that wicket, but really the batsmen were not able to get off the kind of start they wanted. As we see, both Ryan John and Dylan Douglas as senior players in this team would really want to begin to push the score. It's 5 overs already completed, 44 for 2. As we see the left arm spin of Larry Edwards taking it up from this commentary booth end.
I was just about to say, Raphael, that the umpires, maybe for next year's tournament, I think they might be able to go for a little bit of review, maybe for catches. And of course, our camera people are so very good, really. Should be able to confirm whether it went over or not. I'm almost certain we're going to see a feature like that maybe sometime next year, God's willing. Delivery that was pitched up and driven out to extra cover. Cato running across to his left couldn't prevent the batsman from crossing for 1. So John has gone to 7 and the total has gone to 45 for 2.
We agree with you. We have seen quite a bit of an addition from the first edition. Things happening this year, and I'm pretty sure TNR communication going to add. There's something else would be add for maybe the next
Here's
edition.
the delivery that hit down to long on. Will the catch be taken? Yes, catch taken down at long on. Well, Jeremiah was challenged because that went really high, and he settled himself nicely under the ball, took the catch. So Dylan Douglas goes, caught Johan Jeremiah down there at the long on boundary. Larry picks up a wicket, and Saffron Strikers, they're tapering off a little bit here now. They're 45 for 3.
Very good catch taken by Jeremy. Ball went high in the air, and these catches are not always easy. You have to position yourself, probably move around, really to get into the right position. And even as he took the catch, one felt that he could have go back a bit and been in a much more comfortable position. But he kept his eyes on the ball and really accepted that catch. Good wicket again for Ginger Generals, 45 for 3.
Yeah, 45 for 3. So Dylan Douglas just went there. Didn't trouble the scorers very much. Just a 1 run he scored. So out went Douglas. In comes Mikel Joseph. Out goes Raphael Crony. In comes John Eugene.
Afternoon to you, Stevenson.
Afternoon to you. Here's a delivery outside the off stump onto the back foot and tucks the ball down to the long off area, and that's gone for 4 runs. He is a strong man, is Ryan John. That was short, and he slapped it through the extra cover down to the widest mid-off area and went down to the boundary for 4. So he's gone to 11 and the total has gone to 49 for 3. Lot would depend upon Ryan John.
Yes, definitely. Ryan John needs to put on a good score here today.
Here once more is Edward in and bowls to John, who is off the back foot and cuts the ball nicely, dabs it down to third man. The intention was good, and got a single. Maybe wanted to play it a little later. I might have hit it down to a finish third man, but he got one. He's gone to 12, to 50 coming up, 50 for three. We're in over number 6 as Mikel Joseph comes in to strike. Here once more is Edward. In balls outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire. Coming from over the wicket, the left-handed orthodox bowler. Usually they tend to go from round the wicket, but here he is in now and bowls to Mikel Joseph, who to this delivery is looking to cut the ball behind point. Does succeed in doing so. There's going to be a challenge for the fielder on that backward point. That goes all the way. That was a lovely deft touch there outside the arch dump and eased onto the back foot, opened the face of the bat quite nicely and waited for it late enough. Not too late because there was a third man fielding there and it went between the third man and the backward point. 4 runs. Lovely shot, Mikel Joseph. The total has gone to 55 for 5.
Yeah, a bit of class
For
there.
3, beg your pardon.
A bit of class there by Joseph, using the pace of this delivery and guiding it well between backward point and the short third man. A lovely shot by Joseph.
Yeah, it really was lovely. Just hit it with the tide. Moves in once more is Edward and balls. Joseph leaves that alone outside the arch stump. And the over is being called, so that was left alone. Maybe he should have done similarly to what he did the previous delivery, and that was to glide the ball down to third man. Elected to leave it alone. So Mikel Joseph remains on 4. Ryan John, who is 12, will be taking strike. 55 for 3, 6 overs gone. They need another 4 overs to see whether they can get that up to maybe 100 mark, and that's going to be quite a bit of asking. 9.17 is the current run rate.
Yeah, an expensive over there by by Larry Edwards, sorry. Some 11 runs coming off his first over. The Saffron strikers really would need some big overs there if they would want to get over the 100 mark.
Renald Charles will have different things on his mind. Bowls now to John. John is off the back foot and cutting the ball down to the sweeper position. They've gone for 1. They're coming back for the second. They've got to hurry. The return comes in. And he looks safe from here. Oh, that was a sliding home. That was John. He went for the first run, then called his fellow soldier on, Mikel Joseph, urged him on, said, hey, we're going to get 2. And he came back. He was sprawling and diving, of course, because it meant so much to him, and managed to get there. Good work there in the outfield and good work there between the runners. They did very well. He's got to 14.57 for 3. As here he is once more, balls to Ryan John, who hits the ball down to, this time they will only get a single, as the ball was struck generally in the same direction, but was much firmer, so it got to the fielder quicker. 1 more to John, who's gone out to 15. Mikel Joseph, 4, comes into strike. 58 for 3, over number 7 in progress here, as it's going to be once more Charles. Renald Charles from the far end, in and bowls, and Joseph turns it neatly behind square, gets a single. Nicholas Redhead comes in very quickly, saw that he couldn't prevent the batsman from coming through, so in a rather sensible manner, held the ball rather than shine at either end. 1 more run there to Mikel Joseph, brings John back into strike, 59 for 3. As Charles is in, bowls to John. John comes forward and just taps the ball amicably out on the offside there to extra cover. It's picked up by Cato, and the batsman can cross for 1. Brings Mikel Joseph now into strike, as it's once more Renald Charles in and bowls, and Joseph is hitting that, attempting to hit that over mid-wicket. I think he played over the top of the ball and missed everything. Keeper collecting behind the stumps. So once more is Charles to bowl to Joseph. Here he is, round the wicket, passing the umpire now, and bowls, and he is hitting that down to the mid-wicket area. Oh, the catch is taken off a full toss. Mikel Joseph goes. He came forward and was looking to hit that over mid-wicket, and I think he'll be very upset with himself, because quite frankly, that was a full toss, and he really should have done much better than that. So he goes, cut down there. This is the second catch that Larry Edwards has taken, and Charles has picked up an important wicket. And so Saffron strikers, they've suffered another blow, 60 for 4, as Mikel Joseph goes.
Yeah, didn't get enough on this one. Looking to hit this one over mid wicket. Larry Edwards coming in and taking a smart catch. Mikel Joseph going for 5. The Saffron strikers really falling away here. Stevenson 60 for 4 after some 7 overs.
Yeah, they are falling away. They are falling away. And they've got 3 more overs, and they should have some sort of figure in their mind as to what are we going to do with those 3 overs. I would say they should think about getting maybe 30 runs from those 3 to bring it up to 90, and then make a fight of it. But they just seem to be falling away here. Nicobi John has come in to join Ryan John, and Javel St. Paul will be bowling from the northern Adabo end, and I wouldn't be surprised maybe if Redhead will be bowling from the southern or the River Road end. Next over.
Yeah, the first introduction of sim bowling by the Ginger Generals in St. Paul.
Whoever thought that you would see that? 3 or 4 spinners coming into bowl before the fast bowler gets his first turn to bowl. How this game has really evolutionized. It has really changed over the years. It keeps evolving all the time. Spinners opening up the innings. There was, in fact, I'm just forgetting his name now, but there's an New Zealand spin. I'm going to come back to that. Here is St. Paul in now, and bowls to John. John having a big switch. It's caught behind. Outside the R stump. Sorry, and Nicobi John looking to slash that over the mid-off area. The ball took the outside edge. Catch taken. And so Nicobi goes. First ball that he has faced. Caught behind of the bowling of Jabal St. Paul and Saffron strikers. They've struck again. They're 60 for 5. Saffron strikers have just lost a wicket, rather. 60 for 5. And I don't know, maybe the cats are among the pigeons now.
Yeah, very soft dismissal there. John going for an almighty hit outside our stump, and just succeeding in edging this one to the keeper. Really not getting close enough to this one. And St. Paul picking up a wicket in its very first delivery.
Yeah, I'm sure that Ryan John must have looked at him and said, "Dear me, how would you do such a thing?" It wasn't close to him, just sort of stood there and slashed at it. Well. Out he goes. Kemp Charles has now come in to join Ryan John. And John has to be careful here that he may not run out of partners. So he will want to think about having as much of the strike as possible. 60 for 5. As St. Paul would move in. First delivery, he struck with it. In now and bowls out, and the ball goes down to third man airborne, looking to turn that maybe on the onside, and the ball inadvertently going down to third man. He gets a run though. Kemp Charles, he's gone to 1, and the total has gone to 61 for 5. Well, I did say earlier on about the cat among the pigeons, and there's some animal lovers who would say that not all cats do chase pigeons away. And they're right, I would think. Here is St. Paul in now to bowl to John. John is lifting that in the air. Somebody's going under it. The catch taken, gone. Down on the long off boundary. Well, he was looking to clear the boundary and did not succeed in doing that. And Charles was down there waiting for it, and he was saying in his mind, "Come, baby, come into my parlor," and took a simple catch. So John goes, cut down at the long off area by Denroy Charles of the bowling of St. Paul, and he is now gone for 16, 61 for 6, and St. Paul has already captured 2 in this over.
Yes, Ryan John really not getting enough on this one. Really not getting close enough to this one, and just presenting an easy catch down to the fielder at long off, and losing the 6th wicket. Ginger General must be careful that they don't get ball down there all out. They're really not helping the cause there today.
Yes, so Javon Andrew has come out. Well, Javon, you've got quite a task on your hand, both you there and Kim Charles. Here is St. Paul in now, and both to Andrew. Andrew is leaving that alone outside the arch stump. It was a slow delivery, and just inside the line, bordering on a wide, but not wide enough. 61 for 6. Well, Saffron strikers, you obviously they're very disappointed, but it's not over. Maybe they'll do a little bit of red guard redemption. Here's a delivery that Andrew hits down to mid wicket. They won't come back for the second. They remain there comfortable for the lone run. So Andrew is off the mark. Charles, who is on 1, comes into strike. Total has gone to 62 for 6, as Charles will be facing up to St. Paul, who has picked up 2 wickets in this over, 2 important wickets, and moves in now to bowl to Charles, who is getting a short delivery that he fishes at outside the off stump, doesn't make contact. Keeper collects behind the stumps. The over comes to an end. 8 overs gone, 62 for 6, which is the latest score here at the National Stadium, and the run rate is 7.75.
St. Paul really putting the bricks on the Saffron strikers. They're picking up 2 important wickets and only 2 runs conceded in this over. So a good over there by St. Paul.
Well, yeah, and at this stage of the innings where the batsmen will be obviously trying to go all out and to launch vicious batting attack and to stem the flow of tide of scoring, that's very good indeed. But these two, in Andrew and Charles, they will have to do something very special here for Saffron strikers. I think they're behind the 8 ball, as you will call it, all sorts of cricketing language these days. But I'm sure that they will try their best to bring these last 2 overs maybe to a total of, well, I don't know, maybe about 85 or 80. And that's going to take quite a bit of asking, as Edward, who has bowled 1 over, picked up 1 for 11, will come back into strike. So the spinners have done very well in the tournament. Very well indeed. As here is Edward, will move in to bowl to Andrew, who is on 1. The non-striker in Charles also on 1. There is a third man, 1 fine and 1 on the wider side, outside the off stump, left alone, wide signal by the umpire. You like the rationale for those 2 fielders very close to that third man?
No, I don't. No.
I would have been surprised if you said so.
Yeah.
I think one of them is wasted. Here he is once more, and bowls outside the off stump, looking to slash that one, but too wide. Andrew having to stretch for that. Wide again, signaled by the umpire. So Edward, guilty of pushing it too wide outside the off stump. In now, and bowl to Andrew. Andrew is off the back foot and looking to hit that ball through extra cover on a tight rein here. Didn't make contact. Keeper collecting behind the stump. Here he is once more. Is Edward in and bowls to Andrew. Andrew is hitting that down to the cover area. They've gone for 1. Won't come back for the second as the return comes into the keeper. So 1 more to Andrew, who has now gone on to 2. And the total is pushed on to 65 for 6. Brings Kim Charles into strike. Edward, once more, will move in to bowl to Charles this time. And Charles is off the back foot and hit the ball down to deep extra cover. They just canter a single. He has moved by 1, Charles to 2. So both batsmen are on 2. They're not great power hitters, so to speak, these 2, Andrew and Charles, as he is in once with Edwards. And bowls to this delivery is hitting that just over the reach of Cato Fielding there at short extra cover, and they will get 1. So 1 more to Charles, who's now gone on to, well, Andrew has gone on to 3, and Charles comes into strike. He's on 2, 67 for 6, as Edward in now and bowls, and looking to swing that over mid wicket. Doesn't make contact, is Charles. Maybe just taking his eyes off the ball. Ball taken behind the stumps. The total remains on 67 for 6. Here he is again. Edward in and bowls. And to this delivery, he is hitting that in the air. That's going a long way. Well, he certainly did connect this time. Hit over long on. That was a good hit. Hit it very hard indeed. And it sailed out of the area. So Kem Charles finally connecting. He is gone now to 8 from that massive 6. And Saffron Strikers, they've gone to 73 for 9. 9 overs gone. Just a 1 legal over remaining. And that is going to be maybe a crucial over to see whether they can get maybe 10 or 15 from the final.
Yeah, I don't understand the plans of Larry Edwards in this over. First of all, going wide, conceding 2 wides, and then this last delivery, just floating up a nice juicy half volley, and Kem Charles making no mistake and hitting him way over the long on boundary for 6.
Yeah, he deserved what he got.
He certainly did.
Well, here's St. Paul, who's going to be moving in to bowl. This is going to be the final over. Andrew taking strike. He's on 3, 73 for 6. St. Paul is in and bowled. Andrew is coming forward and driving. Gets the ball down to long off. We'll get a single as Charles comes off the boundary and sends the return. And the batsman just getting 1. So 1 more to the total, which is now gone on to 74. And Andrew goes on to 4, brings Charles now into strike. So Charles, who hit a big hit, big 6 the previous over. Can he do that to Javel St. Paul? We'll have to see who moves in to bowl to outside the off stump, hit down to the long off area, and the catch is taken. So it was short, and he could have cut it, maybe could have pulled it, and sort of flat batted it down to long off. And so Kem Charles has just gone, cut down at long off by Denroy Charles of the bowling of Javel St. Paul. He has gone for 8, and Saffron Strikers, well, they've suffered another loss, 74 for 7.
Yeah, and a good wicket again by St. Paul, picking up 3 wickets now for just 3 runs conceded. And he's really putting the bricks on the Saffron Strikers as Josh Thomas comes to the wicket. He would require to hit some lusty blows.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly will require, but he doesn't have much time to do it. There are only 4 deliveries remaining, so this is a paltry score here by Saffron Strikers as St. Paul moves in now to bowl to Andrew. Andrew is looking to hit that, maybe straight back past the bowler, doesn't make contact. Ball going into the grasp of the keeper. Total remains on 74 for 7, and Andrew remains on 4. Goes back once more. St. Paul into his second over, 3 for 3 so far. Turns from the top of his mark in bright sunshine, leans forward, now lengthens and strengthens those strides. He's there now and bowls to Andrew. Andrew is coming forward and lifting the ball down the ground. Charles comes across very quickly. The return comes into the non-striker's end, and they get 2. Well, good running. That was it straight. Deserved 2. The call was for 2 rather early, and they scampered back for the second. Andrew has gone out to 6, 76 for 7. And 2 legal deliveries remaining. St. Paul moves in to bowl to Andrew, who is having a switch at that outside the afternoon ball, peels off the outer edge of the bat, goes down to third man. They get a single. So 1 more to Andrew, who's now gone on to 7. Thomas will be taking his only strike, I would think. And what should be the last delivery in this innings. All the 7s on the board. 77 for 7 with the run rate being 7.83. Would have been interesting if it was 7.77. Here it's St. Paul. With the final delivery, moves in now to bowl to Thomas, And Thomas gets a short delivery that he hits in the air. That's going down to third man. Will it go all the way? No, stop down there. And the third man, Bungie, they come back for the second. And they get it quite comfortably too. So 2 runs there. Ball spiraled down to third man. Well, actually, we were almost behind the keeper's head. And they were able to scamper 2. Josh Thomas turns out to score 2. Whether those 2 runs going to be significant, we don't know. 79 for 7, Saffron Strikers. 79 for 7. And St. Paul, obviously, the pick of the bowlers, 2 overs, no maidens, picked up 3 for 8. I don't think Saffron Strikers, John, will be very happy with the returns. They would have loved to get maybe close to the 100 mark.
Yes, a disappointing batting effort from Saffron Strikers. Ginger Generals will be quite happy to chase down that score of 79. I think the innings never got going, never got any momentum. Too many batters been caught playing shots that were unnecessary. There was no partnerships to carry the score well beyond the 100 mark, and Ginger Generals going into the break will be the happier camp.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. Happier indeed. And we know, of course, how this game of cricket goes. But I guess Saffron Strikers would say that they've got their runs on the board. Lyndon Lawrence was caught Edward of the bowling of Charles for 14. Just a 1-4 and a 6. Here on Campbell was leg before to Peters for 23. Batted well of 14 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. Ryan John, a bit disappointing, I'm sure, caught Charles of the bowling of St. Paul's. He went for 16, 12 balls and hit 2 fours. Dylan Douglas caught Jeremiah down there at long off of the bowling of Edward for 1. Mikel Joseph was caught Edward of the bowling of Charles for 5. Nicobi John was caught Charles of the bowling of St. Paul without scoring, and Kim Charles caught Charles of the bowling of St. Paul's for 8. And so 79 for 7, extras 3, 3 wides, those 3 extras. And let's look at the bowling figures. Denroy Charles, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 25, a bit expensive. Kimo Peters, good economical spell, 1 for 12 of 2. Ronald Charles, also 1 for 12 of 2. Larry Edwards picked up 1 for 22, slightly expensive there, with 3 wides in the process. And Javel St. Paul picked up 3 for 8 of 2. So 3 wides were bowled in the innings, and those 3 wides were done by Larry Edwards. 79 for 7. Let's see who Cherise has got with her, as we've got a bit of an interview between innings.
Tell us a little bit about your time spent on the pitch today.
Yeah, the wicket a bit on the slower side, and just backing myself to go, but nevertheless, backing our bowlers to go there and bowl hard length, tight, and bowl to your field, and hope we can come victorious at the end of the day.
And what do you think about your score of 79 runs today?
I score 79. Well, yeah, not a bad score on the wicket, just backing yourself and let your bowlers go out and do the job, and hopefully we can come over the line victorious.
Okay, and what can we expect from your bowlers?
Yeah, just positive, bowl line and length, hard back in the wicket, force the batsman to play with it out of the comfort zone.
All right, and at the last edition of the Spicel T10, Saffron Strikers weren't able to make it into the playoffs. Today you're on the verge of qualifying. What has the energy been like in the team?
Yeah, well, basically the boys are hungry to make it to the final round, and we go there and play our best cricket.
Thank you so much. We're here with Javel St. Paul of the Ginger Generals. Javel, today we saw more or less a very clinical bowling performance from the Ginger Generals. What was the bowling plan going into today's match?
The bowling plan was simple. Just bowling outside the off stump while utilizing the slower balls. It's very difficult to hit in terms of the batsman always have to stretch more and use more of the strength or the power to hit the ball over the boundary. And we used that strategy before we entered the field, and it worked. And in the first half, that plan was successful, so we just going along and continue the next half as well.
You guys were able to restrict Saffron Strikers to 79 runs. Is that a good score for you guys?
Yeah, we've been the only team so far hitting a consistent 121, 30 something runs, and defending that. So 79 runs. My batsman going out there positive, and by faith, yeah, we should. That should be an easy total, for the top 2 batsmen or top 3 batsmen.
And at the last edition of the Dream 11, we saw Ginger Generals finishing just about fourth on the table overall. Yeah. Today, you guys are 1 game away from qualifying. What's the mood like in the camp?
Personally, we are pleased. We are happy. After last year, I wasn't on the team last year, so that's a plus. From where they were to where they are now, it's a really overwhelming feeling in the camp right now with the guys.
Great, thank you, and all the best in your chase.
Yeah.
So the run chase coming up shortly in a few minutes. Saffron Strikers, they 10 overs, 79 for 7, 79 for 7. And don't forget, that was St. Paul's just there speaking with Cherise. And he picked up 3 for 8 of 2. And of course, the Saffron Strikers are out there warming up and getting ready to defend a smallish total of 79 for 7. We'll be on hand to bring you the coverage, of course, when the Generals will be seeking to eclipse that total.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spiceal T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th, $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spiceal T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
Welcome back to the National Stadium as we see the completion, looking at for the completion of the second encounter today. Saffron Strikers 79 for 7 in their 10 overs. Ginger Generals need to get up to 80. 80 for victory. Again, the condition remains really beautiful for cricket. The sun is shining. Not very hot, but really good condition. Saffron Strikers really up against it from ball 1. Would want to try to defend that score of 79. As we see the captain, Ryan John, again, probably going to lead from in front, taking up the attack from this northern end. And Kimani Milius, the right-handed St. Lucian batsman, opening batsman, together with Johan Jeremiah. This pair would have done very well for the Ginger Generals. And they will be hoping that this pair going to, again, give them the sort of platform to get up to 80 for victory. So Ryan John is going to pick it up from the northern end, and he's bowling to a short third man as he's on his way to bowl the first delivery to Milius. Outside the off stump, moving away, and Milius allowed it to go through. One would think that both batsmen really would want to be disciplined in their approach. It's not a big total. So third man, short third man, backward point, cover, goes right back on the boundary. Extra cover, mid off, mid on, backward square, and a short fine leg. Deep mid wicket on the boundary. As John, he's up to the wicket again to bowl to Milius. And Milius again, they looking to cut. This one goes through the gloves of the wicket keeper, and they're looking for 2, coming back for second run. It's a bit of sloppiness there, as pretty unsure whether to come back for the second. They end up going back for the second run there, and even the fielder was pretty unsure whether or not they was going to take a second run. They concluded 2 by, so 2 without loss.
No communication at all there from the batsman at all between Jeremiah and Milius.
So Milius, as we see John come a fairly long run. As he's once again up to the wicket to bowl to Milius. Again outside the off, some quick delivery as Milius looking for probably looking to drive square, made no contact. Pretty good effort by Ryan John.
Saffron would not want them to get off to a galloping start. It's going to be important for them to check the aggression of particularly Milius, who, if he gets going, really can score rather quickly.
It's not often we see Ryan John open the bowling in this year's edition, but he will be looking to get early wickets as he's up to the wicket, bowl to Milius, pitch up, whip this one over mid wicket, goes down to the fielder, taking on the mid wicket boundary. Milius, we know their ball pitched up, and he really whipped it and was taking just in front of the boundary, and certainly what a wicket.
Yeah, well, I would look at with interest to see where that catch was taken. Now, with interest, I'm saying, takes it just about there. Oh, I'm wondering. Well,
the batsman.
I am wondering.
The batsman is not off the field yet, so I think they are checking just to make sure the fielders stay within. So let's probably see what the final decision would be. But he did look. Yes, it did look as though he touched the ropes. Let's see.
I don't know if we can get the replay again and maybe slow it down as much as possible. But I just have a little suspicion. I had a little suspicion that the ropes were being touched. I had that little suspicion, And maybe sometimes players don't know, but if you're on a flat surface and you've got a rope of that sort of bulkiness, you should be able to feel, look, I have touched that rope. And I always think that honesty is the best policy. So if you touch the rope, I think regardless, just say that you have, in the spirit of the game.
Yes, certainly, and it's interesting, and we're going to continue to talk about this decision. John is going to bowl to Milius once again, and he's looking to pull. Again, not an advised shot. It wasn't short enough, but he made no contact, goes to the keeper. We have seen two decisions, I think, made today, which ended up to be the correct decision. Despite we doesn't have maybe the best of technology, but I think we have some, it have really been good in terms of the work done by the cameraman to make sure that these decisions are really the correct ones. John, as he's on his way to bowl to Milius again. Milius steered this one down the backward point for 4. Lovely shot. He just waited on it, used the pace, and placed it to the left of that backward point, and it raced down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, one that was signal 6 you're referring to, Refill. Yeah. And notice that it did not go, and so it was ruled to be a 2. And then this one that presumably was out, and just looking back at the camera work suggests that his feet did in fact touch the rope.
Well, I certainly all credit to the cameramen. I think both Colin and Reggie have been doing
great job,
some really marvelous work, and it speaks good. We does not have, what you probably would see at international level, to be able to make those critical decisions, and certainly it gives one confidence even when the decisions are being made and not quite sure. But because of the work of these guys, you are able to look back,
yes,
and so make the right decision. Really great work.
Great work. Great work. Normally you would have quite a number of cameras. A couple of them would be side on. So you would have 2 at both wickets side on. Then you've got a couple of them that are straight.
So the second over has Josh Thomas. And this ball in the air, going to just drop short of the gully fielder there, lifting delivery. And Jeremiah didn't handle it as well as he would have liked, but picked up the single in the process. 13 without loss in the second over.
So, yes, Reaper, we were talking about the cameras, and sometimes you would need a couple of them square on, and you would need those that are straight. So usually you would need at least 4 of them doing those kinds of work, and outside of that you will need a few others. We've got 2 here, and it looks as though it's 4 of them.
Yeah, certainly it had been a marvelous job, and probably Richie comes across, he might be able to tell us how many cameras they use that for the international, maybe the test matches or the one-day game. This is short again. You're looking to pull the Milius. Ball hustling, and we see both bowlers are really putting all into it. They're making every effort to try to get early breakthrough. As we see Thomas really seem to be bending his back.
Yeah, Richie Oliver is such a modest guy, but a true professional, really true professional. And Tiara Communications, they've done a great job, great service to this competition here. And they're improving all the time. Every year they're adding something to the dimension.
Another short delivery hit down to, let's see, it goes over long mid wicket, and let's see. Again, we're going to see drop 1 bounce and goes over the rope for 4. Another short delivery, and Milius on his back foot hitting it over wide long on. Off.
We were talking about the importance of not letting them get off to a galloping start, and just a 1 bounce over the boundary line. So, but they have got off to a galloping start. We've not completed the second over as yet, and they're 17 without loss.
Yes, 63 required from 51 deliveries. Josh Thomas, he's on his way to bowl to Milius. Another short delivery. Milius again, just giving himself room and looking to pull. Not so sure if it's necessary to take on due risk, but he made no contact.
So, Raphael, give us some idea, the picture of this game, the importance of it. What happens when one team wins in this particular match? They're out?
Yeah, this particular game would determine which one of the team goes out here. So one of these teams will go out, the losing team. This ball is played to mid wicket and they amble a single. 14 and the score 18 without loss. Yeah, I was just saying that the loser here will go out. The winner here will have to play the second place team, the team that lost in the first encounter. They will have to play them to decide who meets Nutmeg Warriors in the finals.
Yeah, and Nutmeg has already pushed their way through to the final. Yeah. Got a lovely shot at the top there. I guess the guys are flying kites up on the hill up there.
Well, we've seen two guys right at the middle standing there, and but probably a unique spot where they really have a good view of St. George, and even Jeremiah looking for the big shot. Ball which got some bunks there and leaving the left-handed batsman. It completes the first over by Thomas. He only going for 6 in the over. After 2 overs, the Ginger Generals, they are 18 without loss.
Yeah, Raphael, have you ever gone up on the hill there? Have you ever visited there?
No, I've not gone so
Don't
far.
tell me all these years.
Yeah, I've not gone. So right at the end there, it might be amazing to know the amount of people living in this particular area that has not gone there, but really...
it's a beautiful vantage point. I've been there a couple of times and I've utterly enjoyed it. Really lovely, and you get a great panoramic view. Yeah. We thought that there were two kite flyers up there. We're seeing 3 of them. Beautiful vantage point. There's no question as to whether they'll be able to get the kite airborne from that vantage point up there. And up there could be rather windy too. So lovely place.
Yeah, tremendous view. And I would think that not anybody will find themselves up there. Probably going to be a little challenge to get to that point.
It's not as challenging as it looks, really. You've got to go up the main road and then make a left turn to get to where they are.
So 62 runs required from 48 deliveries, and we seen spin Michael Joseph from this northern end, and he'll be bowling to a fairly tight offside field. Short third man backward point, cover extra, cover mid off. They all in the circle. Short final backward square in the circle, long on and mid wicket right out. That's Joseph. Right arm. Milius just taking a few paces back. Now he settles. Short delivery again, and that goes through the keeper, and it will run very close to the boundary, and just goes over the boundary for 4. 4 by signal there. Pretty quick delivery, bowled by Joseph. First up, Milius getting himself into position to pull. Really was defeated by the bunks. It also defeated the keeper, and it went down for 4 byes.
I don't think either of them expected the ball to bounce so much. Certainly did.
22 without loss. Short delivery hit over cover, and this gonna clear the long off boundary for 4. Bad delivery, and Milius, in the mood that he's in, take full advantage and hit it over long off for 6.
Yeah, bringing his aggression to the bowlers, not giving them time to settle at all, and wanting to make a quick deal of the magic total.
28 without loss. Short pull to mid wicket, and again going to cross the rope. Mid wicket fielder straight, and another short delivery, and really be given the treatment.
The wicket is not coming through. It's not coming through quickly. So when you drop them short as a spinner, as you would notice from all the other spinners who have bowled, they have sufficient time to get onto the back foot to pull out a cut.
32 without loss. Really quick fast start. Pitch up, and this one is lofted over long off for another 6. Again, ball over pitch. And Milius getting under it and lifting it over long off. Again for another huge hit. And really, Ginger General is really rushing off here. 38 without loss, and we are still in third over.
Yeah, big hitting, really big hitting. They require 42 or 44. It's less than a run a ball.
So 16 in this over so far. Well, 16, and then you add 4 byes to that, 20. And Michael Joseph coming in for some really rough treatment. As you see, now he's going to come around the wicket. The offside field remain the same. There's 5 fielders in the circle. Joseph comes into Milius. Milius is swinging, and this one again going to clear long on for another 6. Pitched up, and he really lofted it over wide long on for another 6.
This is carnage. I mean, real carnage. And this has been a very expensive over indeed. He's gone for 22 of the 5 deliveries that he has bowled, and I think 3 sixes have been struck already in this over.
Yeah, 3 sixes, and then you got 4 byes.
Yeah.
So
well, the last 4 balls were struck off the bat boundaries.
Yeah, 3 sixes and a 4 being struck by the batsman. As Joseph once again, this one is he pushed it back on the offside, and that concludes a very expensive over. After 3 overs, Ginger General required to get up to only 80 for victory, and they are 44 without loss.
Well, still an over remaining, Rapel, in the power play. 3 overs, they're going at 14.67. Oh, that's quick. That run rate is very high indeed. 44 without loss. And while all of that is going on, Johan Jeremiah is not out 1.
Yeah, just 2 deliveries faced so far, Jeremiah. Milius 16, he rushes to 37. So Joseph going for 22 in that over.
It'll be interesting if they eclipse this total without losing a wicket.
It probably could be probably the biggest stand, or probably the second highest stand if they do. 36 required from 42 deliveries. Josh Thomas, he's going to bowl to Jeremiah. Jeremiah plays this one to mid-wicket, and they hustles for 1 and remain on 1. Fielder comes up the boundary really quickly. Really no need to take extra chances. It's 45 without loss. We still in the power play.
Well, I'll be surprised if Milius goes into defensive mode now. I think he's going to be still pressing the accelerator.
Yeah, well, he's this sort of player that when he's going, it's like he can't be stopped. Thomas, this one he clipped it. Let's see. We'll wait. It goes down to the boundary for 4. Let's see the signal. And it is 4, right? Shortish delivery by Thomas, and Milius just get inside of it and help it along the way. And it went, somebody come off the glove just past the keeper, who Lawrence made a valiant effort, didn't get a hand to it, and picked up another boundary.
He's not a tall man, Lawrence, but went across rather smartly, rather quickly. But the ball also was traveling quickly. Didn't get the opportunity to grasp it. Didn't get a finger or anything to that, and it went down to fine leg for 4. A bit streaky, but whatever the case is, I think all in all, it's not always how lovely they look, but how important the runs are.
49 without loss. We still in the power play. Still 4 deliveries to complete the power play. As Thomas, and this one, this goes down to the boundary for yet another 4. Really going through where a slip would have been. He was on his back foot, looking to hit squarer, and it came off the edge, and really no chance from the third man, who was a bit wide, and this one rushed down to that that third man boundary, fine third man. And Milius really on a rampage, picking up another 4, quickly goes to 45.
Even if there were a fielder there, a slipper, there's no way he was going to catch that. It went between the keeper and the slipper, and it went high over what would be the head height of a normal slipper. So I doubt a catch would have been taken there.
53 dot loss, came very quickly, 3.3 overs. Keeney's looking to swing. Again, trying to manufacture a shot, looking to hit through mid-wicket. And he made no contact.
Advanced down the track he did. And when he's in this sort of mode, Milius, he's by nature an aggressive player. But when he's really motoring on, it's kind of hard for him to stop, as if he's got this gear that he can't break down.
Well, it was interesting to see here that Johan Jeremiah came down to him and really probably said something to him. Maybe there's no need to be taking all those extra chances. Yeah, and as we have seen, a little more respectful in this one. They push it back on the offside. But this is something that we seldom see in cricket nowadays, where non-striker is sometimes going to come and, a word of an advice, maybe bad shot is being played or a bowler giving a batsman difficulty, and you communicate. Well, it's so good to see that happened there, as Jeremiah came down to him and probably have a word with him.
Even if they're 53 without loss. That's good, really good.
Thomas. Keen, he's looking to swing down the leg side. White ball signal. Again, well, it was a shot that was on. Shot. Lifting going down the leg side. He made no contact.
Good coverage by the keeper, Lawrence, moving across to his left. He used his feet to get across very well. Didn't like some keepers will just dive across. Skipped across nicely and collected. Doesn't necessarily have the build of a keeper though. More like a big heavyweight boxer.
Thomas. Again down the leg side, and they're going to go for 4. This will really signal wide. Yes, it does. A little bit of ill-disciplined bowling there, but Thomas is really rushing in. And this was all short, and as Milius got into position to pull, that one just went way over the keeper head. Lawrence himself, short player, and it went down to the boundary for yet another boundary.
He couldn't do anything about that. He did make an effort to pluck it out of the air, but it was just way too far above his head.
So 59 without loss. So that reply from Ginger General Thomas. Again, short delivery, looking to cut. Again, make no contact, and that concludes the 4th over. Ginger Generals 59 without loss.
Very productive power play in that 4 overs yielding 59 for 14.75. That is really high indeed. And so they need 21 of 36. That's easy going. Milius, the person there who's really gone firing on all pistons, 45 of 21.
Yeah, we're just looking at the spectators. The Junior Murray Rollo stand, enjoying the proceedings. As we see, Ginger Generals really running away with this game. Jeremiah 2 from 3 deliveries, and Milius 45 from 21 deliveries.
Not very often you see that sort of lopsidedness in cricket, where one player has faced 23 balls, and while the other player has faced only 3.
Yeah.
Especially as an opening pair.
This pair have been really dominant in this tournament. The batting of Jeremiah really was.
I would have loved to see them start with Martin, though. From this end, where he's bowling from the Northern Adabo end, I would have started with him before John.
Yeah, well, Martin, yeah, he's going to pick it up now. I think he does have pace, but can be very expensive. I would think that the intention was to try to pick up some quick wickets. Maybe Ryan John, the ability to be tighter. Martin, as he's up to bowl to first delivery, and this one outside the off stump, just beating the outside edge of the bat of Jeremiah.
Nice to see him pitching the ball up a bit there for Jeremiah rather than pulling it back of a length. But I won't be surprised if this one is going to be short and bouncy.
So it's 59 without loss. Still just 21 runs required and 35 deliveries left. And one would think this would be really, really easy sailing for the Ginger Generals. And this one is played down to backward point, and they're going to run across the boundary for yet another full short delivery. And Jeremiah really in control, not trying to do anything really full, but got on top of it and just placed it as it went between the short third man and the backward point and picking up his first boundary.
How good a shot was that? What I liked was the fact that he got up on the toes and got over the bounce of the ball and still managed to cut it down. That was a lovely shot, really lovely. Takes a lot of skill to do that.
63 without loss, 17 runs required. That's Martin to Jeremiah. Short lifting delivery. Really a good one by Martin, and give Jeremiah some difficulty. Able to play it down. And
he's got a big grin on his face coming back. Listen, I love Darius Martin. I like him. He's an aggressive bowler. And one of the dangers about this bowling is that he gets the ball to rise from a good length. That is what makes him at times very lethal.
Yeah, really good delivery. And Jeremiah had some difficulty, but played it well in the end. Another short delivery, and he smashed it. And let's see, it goes just one bounce into the backward point boundary for 4. That ball flew off the bat. It was shot by Martin, and Jeremiah, look at him and give it the full treatment.
I think Raphael, if you look at his initial movement looked as though he was sort of anticipating a short delivery, just backing away. And then he saw that it was not as venomous as anticipated and came across and cut it behind square. That was a lovely shot, really lovely.
Yeah, all timing, you know. So Jeremiah moves into double figures. He's 10. And this one, slow delivery bowled by Martin there. And again, you can see him positioning himself, looking for the short delivery. And just had to come down and push it on the onside. Bit ungainly, but kept it out.
I would love to see now at this point a fast Yorker from Martin. Now, we know that he can bowl the short one, rather dangerous. Now he's got to be right up in the block hole because Jeremiah is probably looking for the short rising one. Come on, Martin, sneak that Yorker in.
Well, let's see, he's up to the wicket bowl. Another short ball going to go down to the boundary for 4 wides. Really, again, poor bowling.
Yes, poor. I was just applauding him and lauding him being such a good bouncer bowler. But that was ponged into the pitch. Oh, too short. And nobody was able to get anything onto that. I thought he would bowl the Yorker. That would have been just the ideal ball to bowl.
So 72 without loss, and really Ginger Generals have been all over that the bowling that was thrown at them. Saffron strikers really have no response as Martin, and again he's looking to play this one on the offside. He made no contact, and that completes the over. Martin going for 13 in this over, and the Ginger Generals, they are 72 without loss, and we have just completed 5 overs.
And they need 8 from 30 balls. So they're sailing home. Jeremiah hitting 2 lovely shots, 2 lovely boundaries. And as if Melia said, I've had quite a bit of play, and I've had quite a bit of excitement. So you come in, Johan, now, and you can get a bit of a taste of the excitement.
Yeah, convincing batting display by both players. As we look at the spectators, just building up a bit. Junior Murray, Rollo stand. Guess just enjoying some music in the background.
And it's it's Saturday, and some of these folk have just come out to relax, maybe with their family, and have a nice, enjoyable day at the cricket.
Yeah, and we certainly blessed that we are in a country where we can relax at any time, any part of the country at any time.
You're right. And COVID did ravish here for a while, and things have settled down nicely, and people are gradually getting back to a normal life. And I use gradually rather cautiously.
So Ryan John in his second over, and he's going to go to Milius. Milius just playing this one down to long on. No timing. As John bringing right up. So he moves to 46. He's 73 without loss, and he probably may want to end with a 50. And again, he has played a blistering inning. 73 without loss.
It was good clean hitting though. Really good clean hitting. Didn't lose his shape very much in the shots that he has made, which really was good to see.
The left-handed Jeremiah comes into strike. He's 10 from 9 deliveries. John is going to come around the wicket. No slip. Third man right back. Backward point. Cover on the boundary. Extra cover mid-off. There's a mid-on. Backward square leg. Short fine leg. Mid-wicket on the boundary. Keen. This one keeping low. Jeremiah looking to steer it down to third man. Made no contact. The keeper Lawrence there have a little difficulty in collecting cleanly. Allow the batsman to pick up a bye. So 74, and really there's no need. Can be made just by the singles.
Yeah, I was saying earlier on about the possibility of getting the runs without losing a wicket. And that's what seemed to be happening. 6 from 28 balls.
John remains around the wicket to the right-handed Milius. Milius is stroking that lovely to backward point and goes across the rope for a lovely shot. Full to the bat, and really the timing and place it point position, and the fielder coming off the cover boundary really had no chance, but it really was timed sweetly.
Yes, got 50. Well deserved 50, Milius. 23 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixes. That shot was exquisite.
Yeah, lovely shot. As we see the replay there, it really raced across the field. Very good knock, 50 from 23. 78 without loss. As we in the 6th over, as John, and this one right up and push back on the offside. Really a tremendous reply from Ginger Generals. Really turned it on. And Saffron strikers really found difficulty in stopping the attack.
Yeah, well, just 2 needed from 26. 2 needed for victory.
John, right up and bowled him as Milius, the anti-climax ball right up to the wicket there. And he looking to play it on the onside. Just missed and went into the stump. So again, Ryan John picking up a wicket right up and just playing across it and missed and hit the middle stump. But a tremendous inning by Kiman Milius. 50 and a stand of 78, losing the first wicket. Ginger Generals just needing 2 more for victory.
That was a Yorker. Really lovely delivery. Didn't have much time to put the bat down. And after he was bowled, he picked the ball up and sent it back to Ryan John. Not very often you see that. But Lyndon Lawrence did just stretch his hand out and give him a bit of a shake hand, as if to say, well done, lad, well done. So Milius was there, bowled by Ran John for exactly 23 balls, 33 minutes at the crease, and hits 6 fours and 4 sixes. Very, very good innings indeed.
Yeah. Samuel Charles comes into the strike. It's 78 for 1. Very strong reply by the Ginger Generals. Certainly a sort of victory that would give them a tremendous confidence going forward. They will have to get past Bailey Blasters if they're going to get to the finals. John up to Samuel, and he turned this on the onside. They're going for a quick single, and good work by the fielder, hitting a stump, but they come back for 2, and certainly that should be victory for Ginger Generals. Really have been a convincing display of batting by Ginger Generals, winning this encounter by 9 wickets.
Yeah, before we talk more about that, we were talking about the whole camera work. The Ginger Generals, of course, they've won by 9 wickets, and they've won rather confidently. 80 for 1, but we've just been told by Richie that usually there are about 15 cameras used for these international matches. So I know that a lot have been used, but they're placed at strategic areas to pick up various things. So well done to our folk here. They've done a great job. So Ginger Generals, they won by 9 wickets, and a wonderful innings by Milius of 50, 25 balls, 6 fours and 6 sixes, 80 for 1. I think Saffron may just be a little bit dejected, and maybe they're saying to themselves, we should have had a better total, maybe got up to the 100 mark, and our bowling could have been one a bit more penetrative and a little bit more on target.
Yeah, I think they would be disappointed first up with the batting. I don't think they got the sort of runs that would give them any confidence trying to defend that 79. And they were actually blown away by the Ginger Generals, and they got up with a score in just about 6 overs. And they really didn't have really a response to the batting of the opening batsman. So I think it really have been an inning by Milius that really would have took it away from them very early. But just look at the scorecard. Ryan John, 2 overs, no means 17 runs, 1 wicket. Josh Thomas, 2 overs for 21 runs. And Joseph, 1 over for 22. And Martin, 1 over for 13. The first only wicket to fall fell at 78. And really is a sort of start that any team would want. This player really made it look very, very easy. And I know that Saffron strikers will be very disappointed. But I think today Ginger Generals probably repeated the performance they had against them yesterday. They came back and played very well, and really has won this game convincingly.
I think that was the idea, though, of the Ginger Generals, to go out hard. And Jan Jeremiah, in the end, didn't have to do anything untoward, didn't have to go hard, because his fellow man was going hard and doing very well in Milius. And he was the one who, in my opinion, single-handedly just took it away from the Saffroners. They just never got time to settle, as Milius was all over them, striking the ball with alarming regularity, and obviously would be poised maybe for a Man of the Match award.
Yeah, but just before, as we look at this game, we look at the toss, and we didn't discuss much, but the fact that Saffron Strikers won the toss and they elected to bat, this is different from the norm. One felt that the team would have maybe tried look at different strategy to try to get some runs on the board, but I really don't think they got off to the sort of start that they wanted, really runs, and I think really would have affected them deeply in going forward. So we do have Cherise on the ground, and she do have one of the special player with her. So over to you, Cherise.
At the end of the first eliminating match, we have Mr. Kimani Milius coming out as the player of the match today, scoring 50 runs. Doing the presentation, we have Mr. Andy Noel, the first vice president of the Grenada Cricket Association. Kimani, we're here again. This is your third 50-plus score of the tournament and your second consecutive 50 in the tournament. How are you feeling?
Well, it's always a great feeling contributing to the team victory. Nonetheless, tough luck to Ryan John's team. I find they fought very well and they pulled back the game very well. So it's just a matter of me being consistent and delivering whatever the team wants from me.
With 80 runs to win, what was the mindset going in with your partner, Johan, this afternoon?
It was basically make use of the power play, which is the 4 overs and stuff, and we did that very well. So throughout the tournament, we have been executing our plans very well. So it's just a matter of continuing doing the good things.
And we see Ginger Generals just one game away from qualifying for the finals. What can we expect?
I believe who wants it more on the day will come out victorious. Bailiff Blasters wants it more, they win. If we want it more, we win. So it's just a matter of who wants it more on the day.
Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you.
Interesting. Who wanted more on the day wins. But again, we saw in both games today that I think both teams really went into the games with plans. I think it was very clear that Nutmeg Warriors really went into the game with a plan. And certainly they executed better on the day. I think this time around, Ginger Generals really would have done much better, both with the ball and also with the bat. And deservedly, they came home to be winners in a convincing way.
Yes, they executed their plans very, very well. Sometimes, you've got plans, but you don't execute it well. But on this day, Ginger General obviously had their plan. They talk about going hard in the power play, and they went hard in the power play and did very well in the end.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, God's willing, we have the 5th place against the 6th place, and then of course later on in the day we've got the loser of qualifier 1 coming up against the winner of the Eliminator 1. That's what we're going to have tomorrow, God's willing.
Yes, most certainly. Tomorrow, this Sunday, the 17th, 5th place versus 6th place. Then we have the loser of qualifier 1. They're going to come up against the winner of qualifier 2. Certainly, as we prepare for the final on Monday, we expect tomorrow's game again to be intense. Certainly, Nutmeg Warriors really sitting in a comfortable position, and we're expecting 2 more competitive games to be played tomorrow.
Okay, so again to remind you that the Ginger Generals, they've won by 9 wickets against the Saffron, and won in a rather convincing manner. And as usual, it was always good to bring you the broadcast. So we look forward to tomorrow, God's willing, where we will have another couple of games as we come down to crunch time. So that's the second match today. Ginger Generals winning by 9 wickets. Until tomorrow, God's willing, where we'll have more cricket on hand for you. We bid you a good evening.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
The final weekend in the Dream 11 Spiceal T10 2.0 cricket tournament fast approaches. And Grenada, it's time to fill the stands. This Saturday 16th and Sunday 17th April, it's the T10 playoffs. The top 4 teams will look to book their place in the grand final on Monday 18th April. Game times 11:45 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday matches $5 EC. The grand final Monday the 18th $10. Bring the drums, count shell, coolers. It's the biggest stadium line and catch all the action on this station. The Dream 11 Spiceal T10 2.0 cricket tournament. Love the game.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Seoul, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass, here we come. It's our time again.
Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. Jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of colors in fancy mass. And the rebirth of calypso and soca music.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Have you ever seen a jab cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now, but we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.